Nelson.
Good gravy.
A radio host.
Found myself 2 million short of a millionaire.
Barely understandable.
Gee, Monetti.
We can rebuild him.
Guy's bright as a napkin.
We have the technology.
You gotta work with design, vision, and focus.
Better than he was before.
It's not lonely in my head.
Funnier.
I'm staring at a bowl of spaghetti trying to figure out which two ends come together.
More informative.
Characters defined by what you do once you screw up, not if you make mistakes along the way.
And just as sarcastic.
You sausage.
Oh, come on!
Give us 60 minutes and we'll give you Nelson Radio every Saturday from 2 to 3 p.m. on KTLK AM 1150. With 29 years in the mortgage business and an array of top-level guests visiting the show, Nelson is in a unique position to bring you cutting-edge information on real estate, business, finance, and law. If you have any questions for Nelson or any of his guests, give him a call at 888-888-2136. That's 888-888-2136. Or check him out online at nelsonradio.com.
Nelson Radio.
So we have Stephen Thomas from reportsonhousing.com, and there was an article that was published about the 5 reasons that you need to list your property now. We thought we'd shotgun these reasons at you, Stephen, and have you provide a little bit of infill. So the obvious, number 1, the demand is high from the home buyer.
Yeah, absolutely. There is a ton of demand right now for housing. Matter of fact, there's a lot more demand than even being shown in the sold statistics right now. There are buyers in every agent's pockets ready to purchase right now today, but they can't. There's a real problem out there, and it's called lack of inventory.
Well, that brings us to number 2, which we talked about last week a little bit. Tell us about the supply is low problem.
Yeah, supply is really low. Supply is inching up a little bit in Southern California, but it's such a slight increase. It's like sticking a quarter of a cup of gasoline in an empty gas tank. It's definitely not going to get you very far.
Kind of like Mike's personality, huh? Number 3.
I saw that one coming
I know.
so far away.
He set me up for that. New construction is coming back. Is the home builder business coming back?
Yep, they're building. They're grading, and come summer this year, spring, summer, we're going to start to see the sticks forming, and there'll be lines out there because there's just absolutely nothing on the market. So it's going to be like a lottery system as far as there's going to be tremendous demand and not enough product. And it's really not going to help things much because they can't build fast enough for the amount of demand that's out there.
And this is going back to a time when there were long lines. They did have lotteries. They had campouts for homes. Is that environment really going to creep back into the marketplace?
Well, we're already seeing it. When we stick a home on the market that is priced right and it's below $1 million, even above $1 million if it's priced right, we're getting so many people showing these properties. It is like as if you can go ahead and have a ticket counter at the front of the property, and it's a revolving door. Everybody's coming through to see it. So the same thing's going to happen with new home product.
Interesting. KTLK, you're with Nelson Radio. You can reach us at any time at 888-888-2136. That's 888-888-2136. Or you can text the word Nelson to 313131. I want to remind the listeners that Street Noise is presented to you by Insurance Incorporated, providing a full line of insurance. If you have insurance needs, I've worked with them, Mike. They are saving people premiums, and they're doing a fantastic job.
Give them
Great
a call.
customer service.
Give them a call.
888-888-2136.
Let me go back with some of the concerns we have about the market, and one of the biggest concerns is the interest rates. You see them going up?
By the end of the year, I see them going up slightly. I mean, they're really down there right now. They're at 3.5%, but they've already started to inch up a little bit, and that's because there's some European healing that's going on out there. They're pulling their money out of bonds and moving them into European bonds.
Let's just blame it on the French, shall we? Let's blame it on them.
Let's see if that holds true for the long run, but it's happening right now. But I think that as the economy improves, we're going to see a bump in interest rates. We're going to hit 4%, but the difference between 3.5% and 4% is money out of everybody's pocket if they don't buy today.
Is it going to be, I mean, in terms of, higher interest rates aren't better for the economy, but we're all talking about unbelievable interest rates. Later in the show when we have Phil Immel on, we got into the marketplace when interest rates through the early 80s were in the high teens, and now talking about a bump in interest rates from 3.5% to 4%. Who cares, right?
Yeah, but that's just the beginning. As the economy improves, which is going to take a little bit of time to improve, but as it does improve and consumer confidence continues to ramp up, we're going to see interest rates really start to rise and pop up. But at 6.5%, that still is a good interest rate. It's funny what we get used to. We're used to these historically low interest rates, and they're unrealistically historically low.
Does that have anything to do with the timelines? Timelines getting shorter?
Timelines are shorter across the board. One of the things with timelines is you can expect not everything's a short sale anymore. So you can actually, there's a lot more equity sellers out there. These timelines are starting to shorten, as well as lenders have the processes down so that they can close these short sales. Not everything closes, but there aren't that many as many short sales out. And when they have equity in their home, they're able to close tomorrow, next week. We don't have to wait on a lender to close these things. A lot of these are all cash buyers are coming in. We're able to close these things, and they're closing.
Well, and another segment is going to be taken out of the market. Obviously, the industry is experiencing lender delays, but from a refinance standpoint, as interest rates go up, there's going to be less refinance activity. And so the real estate agent community is going to be able to perform with appraisal contingency periods in a week and financing contingencies in 17 days because there's not that additional traffic in the marketplace. I think that's interesting insight. If you're looking to sell your home, get in the market.
Absolutely. It sounds like it's the time with the rates, unexpected, what the heck they're going to do. We got some good experts that come on the show, and I'm sure calls to them will help out any potential buyers and or sellers.
We've been with Stephen Thomas from reportsonhousing.com. This segment brought to you by Insurance Incorporated. You can connect with us in 3 different ways. Give us a shout at 888-888-2136. That's 888-888-2136. Or you can text my name, Nelson, to 313131, or jump on the internet to nelsonradio.com.